What's up, guys? It's Pony Boy here, and I am joined, as always, with our national president of the United States, Disciple Golden Boy. What's going on, brother?
What's happening? Good to see
Not
everybody
much.
tonight. It's been a couple weeks.
Right? It's been a little bit. So we've got a couple of different things that we're going to be doing for you guys. First off, obviously, as you can see, we're kind of changing around the format a little bit, and we're changing the day. More importantly, we're changing the day to Wednesdays. So we will be here on Wednesdays, and we'll be hanging out with whoever we can. And so today we've got Golden Boy, and we've also got actually some special guests that we'll be switching to here in the very near future. But yeah. So I just wanted to talk a little bit first about some of the things that we have done here within Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club recently. So, hey, if you guys enjoy this show and like this show, go ahead and like and share this button, and go ahead and just share with the world what we're doing and things of that nature. Recently, actually, Golden Boy, you and myself and a handful of other guys, we all went down to Mexico. Isn't that right?
Mexico. I think my video's frozen.
Hey, your video is a little bit on the frozen, but that's okay. We'll work through it. We can still hear you. But yeah, so we went down to Mexico, and we got to hang out with some of our brothers down in Mexico and hang out and do the international mission of discipling men to have a daily word and prayer time and supporting the 1% World in Prayer wherever we are. And so we've been down to Mexico recently, and we've hung out with those guys. We're actually going to Europe here in the next few months, myself and Golden Boy and a couple other of the national and international leadership, as well as just some of the brothers and the bros. And actually, this weekend, we are heading north. I'm here in Florida. We're heading north up to Georgia for a run called the Southeast Summit. Isn't that right there, Golden Boy? I think you just caught up, man.
Yeah, I'm in Florida too, by the way. I'm just like 6 hours away from you.
Right. You're in Florida as well, and that's why you'll be going north, but you'll be catching us when we're already up there because, you're way up there.
I'll be up there. I'll be waiting on you guys.
That's right. And Southeast Summit is actually one of my more favorite runs. Oh, yeah? On Thursday.
One of your more favorite runs?
It is one of my more favorite runs. And that's because my son... And my son got saved at that run. He accepted Christ into his life that run, so that was pretty cool. I've always had cool. My heart for that run ever since then, and so it's a great time. It's a great time to hang out, meet the brothers. If you got nothing else going on, you can check us out, and we will be up in Georgia for it. So I want to show you guys a couple of pictures we have from. Actually, a couple of pictures that we have from, what is this? From Mexico. And so here's a couple of pictures. Yeah, here's a couple of pictures from Mexico that we had on top of a roof. And man, was it amazing to just get out there and see what was going on out there. And we've got
a picture of the roof dog?
No, I don't have a picture of the roof dog, but here's another picture. It's amazing. Yeah. So that was a good shot that we had up there on the roof as well, and it's been freaking amazing. And then we had this epic shot. Check this out. This shows you that Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club is all over the place, and that shot right there in front of the pyramids is one of my all-time favorites. And so, as part of a international motorcycle club, we get to travel all across the world and hang out. And hey, I see some comments down there. Any chapters in North Carolina? So hey, if you guys are interested in being part of Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club, and you want to see what the newest charter is, then go ahead and go to disciplechristianmc.com. Click on Contact Us in the bottom or in the upper right-hand corner, and then you can go ahead and you can drill down to the state or province or country that you're in, and we will get you in touch with the closest local charter to you. Whew, that was difficult. Yeah. So something that's a little different today. You got anything for us there, Golden Boy? What you got?
Man, I don't know. I mean, you just been taking it away, so I don't want to interrupt your you got going on here.
Yeah, you were frozen for a while there, but I think you're back. I mean, your picture is still frozen, but we hear your voice. So what do you got for us?
It looks pretty freaking frozen, dude.
But we hear you.
Well, you skipped over the most important part. What we really need to talk about is how has your life been since coming back from Mexico?
Well, so I'm going to tell you guys a little secret.
The best way to describe it would be Montezuma's revenge. Is that what we're calling it?
Well, that is a thing. And so here's the thing. When you're traveling to Mexico and a couple of other countries as well, you stay away from, us American guts don't really process things the same way that some of the locals guys do. And so I stayed away and I had bottled water and I did really well for a very long time. Until the day before we left, and I had some homemade cake for one of our brother's birthday. And I don't know what it had in it, but it did not agree with me. So that's where we're kind of at with that. Nothing a couple pills couldn't fix, though. You know?
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It took you long enough to go get those pills.
Man, the doctors are stingy these days. I tell you what.
Sooner.
I did, but they wanted a week to see if my body could work it out. But anyways, so I mentioned that we were going and we're traveling around the globe and we're hanging out all over the place. But the one thing that we are also doing is we are all getting ready in Florida, in Salty Few. We're actually getting ready right now for the for what's called the Southeast Summit, and I mentioned that a little earlier. And right now, we actually have live from a shop that we have a camera live. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to the camera, and we're going to see what's going on over here in this shop at one of our charters. So, PJ, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself there?
All right, Rose Prospect, PJ, Salty Q here, and
Put the camera on you, dude.
we,
What are you doing?
I'm trying to save the bike that we're prepping for Southeast Summit.
Oh, okay.
What are you guys doing there?
That should be the cameraman's job.
So, you guys just missed it. We're taking Disciple Barry's bike off the jack.
Oh.
Why? What was done to it earlier? What'd you guys do?
We got Disciple Barry's. We got our bro Elliot over here.
Oh, there's PJ.
Hey, Disciple Barry, what happened?
What's going on?
What are you guys doing to that bike?
What are we working on?
We rebuilt the calipers. I'm getting ready to go on this run. We're going up to Georgia this weekend.
Sweet. And then
Rebuilt the calipers.
yeah. So let me work on that. So Disciple Torque just tightening that stuff up. Is that what's going on?
Just bleeding the brakes.
Bleeding the brakes, man.
Yep.
They also did some fork work on that bike earlier today, didn't they?
And then yes, they did. We put the forks back on. And then we got Disciple Herman. Here we got the famous eluder.
Yeah,
Did,
we're getting ready. We did an
The
oil.
spaceship.
We did an oil change, and then we balanced the front tire. So we're getting ready to ride on Friday to Southeast Summit. It's gonna be an epic time.
So yeah, the shop is busy, boss.
That's good.
All
That's
kinds
good.
of bros here wrenching down.
Who's that guy in the back? Oh, look,
boy.
let's ask him a question. We'll ask one of those guys a question.
Hey,
You got any
hey.
questions for him?
Hey, so Disciple Road Cone, since you're here and hanging in the shop, man, what'd you read in the Word today?
What did I read in the Word today?
Yeah.
Did you not see the post that I put up on the?
Good.
Oh, see,
Oh, dang, dude.
you should.
This is Disciple Live, Tom. Just answer the freaking question.
So the answer to the question is that I don't recall exactly what the verse was, but if you give me about 3 seconds, I will get it.
1, 2.
Judges 7 and 10. How about that?
Appreciate it.
When they cried out to the Lord because of Midian, the Lord sent a prophet to the Israelites. He said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I brought you up out of slavery in Egypt. I rescued you from the Egyptians and from all who oppressed you. I drove out your enemies and gave you their land. I told you, I am the Lord your God. You must not worship the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you now live, but you have not listened to me."
Is this a long story, Tom?
That's the end of it.
I mean, it's, yeah.
Okay, good.
Unless you want me to read
Thank
the
God.
rest.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. No, that's good. That's good. Good, Tom.
So here at Disciple, we're gonna switch back to you and I, Golden Boy. We'll probably flip back to you here shortly, there, PJ. So stick around.
PJ.
What's his last name?
So yeah, so that's kind of what I can still hear them. So that's kind of what we do, and we hang out, we build brotherhood, we ride motorcycles, and we talk about Jesus. And so it's an amazing thing. It's a great brotherhood that we've had. Hey, Golden Boy, what is the most favorite thing that you love about this club? Coming from a previous club, what is something that you love about Disciple that that's just kind of unique?
I mean, it's gonna be man. They got a bike running back there. Nice.
I hear that.
Anyway, it's kind of cliche, but the accountability and the true brotherhood. Of course, everybody talks about that, but everybody says they want accountability until it smacks them right in the face. And man, these brothers help me to be a better man. They spur me on to be a more epic warrior of Christ, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the guys around me.
Yeah.
And going through the trials and the tribulations, just having somebody that's there for you all the time.
Yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. The accountability is an amazing thing. It's difficult sometimes when you get it, but overall, we do things and we help you to be accountable because we love you. A prime example would be we've got a brother actually. It's in the shop right now. And the other day he pulled out a pack of cigarettes and he had told one of our brothers that he wanted to quit. And so as soon as he pulled that out, he's like, "Hey man, what the heck are you doing?" And, held him accountable because that's something he wanted to start kicking. And, here he is today. He's got a couple vapes as opposed to cigarettes, and that's what he's kind of rolling with. But, so that's some of the accountability. But he didn't like it when he first switched over, because he wanted to smoke his cigarettes. But that's not what we're here for.
I feel that pain 100%.
Right? So, well, that's cool. What out of all of the runs that you've been to, what would you say is one of your favorites?
Man, running up here to Southeast Summit is always one of the best riding runs. Everyone always talks about the Dragon Run, the tail of the dragon. Man, I prefer to go to the summit to hit the twists and turns up here because it's just, not even a quarter of the traffic. You don't have the traffic that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Tourist location of the tail of the dragon. But man, Southeast Summit is definitely the best riding run that we host. Now, I can't speak for, I know some of those runs up there in Canada, there's some beautiful roads that I haven't been up there to yet, but I'm hoping to see some beautiful land when we ride the bikes up here in July for the Canadian Nationals.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So we've got the Canadian Nationals in July, as you mentioned, and you're planning to ride to that, right?
Yeah. We're
from Florida up to Canada.
I'll be currently, I'll be in Alabama at that time, I think.
Okay.
So we're actually going to be taking 2 weeks. Possibly 3 weeks. We may ride over to Laconia first and then back to Indiana for the Grizz run and then straight up to Canadian Nationals and Ontario on the other side of Niagara Falls the very next weekend after that. So it may be a 3-week tour on the motorcycle.
Man, that's awesome. That's epic.
But
I guess I'll have to catch you.
It's definitely going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to catch you on your way up because I'm planning on going to the Canadian Nationals, and I'm planning on riding up there too.
The Grizz?
I don't believe so. Not just yet.
The weekend before you leave?
No, I don't think I am. It's only so much time, man.
Yeah.
So we've got a question here from Samuel Torres from Sammy Torres, and he's actually asking, so what has been your worst run?
Dragon Run.
The Dragon Run? Yeah. I remember that one.
Dragon Run 2019. Yeah, 2019. That was a horrible run for me.
We're always waiting. Never mind. Can't say that. Yeah. that was a fun run.
We left after work. Yeah, we left after work on Friday, and I think it ended up taking about 12 hours to get there. So I got there at like 4:30 in the morning. Went straight into prospecting, cooking breakfast, washing dishes, while the bros that rode with me went to bed, and I think I ended up going to sleep, like 2:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, then riding 12 hours back home. But man, Saturday I ran like 30 times up and down that stinking mountain.
Yeah.
I was like, whew.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Make it.
It was definitely a lot. We've got,
honestly.
It was pretty rough for a lot of people. They got tested that weekend. So hey, we've got a customer comment here. Praise God for working through each and every one of you men to help the other one. Yeah, I said customer work. God gets all of the glory. That is so true, Erica. It is so true that God gives us everything that we possibly need and want, and so much more, because He's given us the gift of eternal life, and that's an amazing thing. And we get to do all of this while riding motorcycles and having shenanigans and having a freaking ton of fun. So here's a good question for you, Golden Boy, or
Joseph.
me. Joseph Edwards is saying, what is the most miles you've done in one day on a run? What do you think?
I think it's
You got
just
that?
over 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably when we rode up to Wisconsin for nationals last year.
Yeah.
I believe that was over. It was like 12 or 1,300 miles straight through. So
Yeah, I would definitely say
know-
I think mine was right around that too. 1,100 miles is probably what I've done the most in one
Oklahoma.
day. Yeah, on the way to Oklahoma back
Is
in
that when you guys
2018.
yeah,
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 2018.
and so
That's a long ride, dude.
that's a long time, and you pay for it later on. I'll tell you that much. The next day, we ain't getting any younger. But hey, thank you so much, Audric, for pointing out all of these people that are asking if we have any chapters, and we call them charters in our club, asking if we have any chapters or charters in their area. Hey, go ahead and check out, and feel free to reach out to at disciplechristianmc.com, and then go to the pages or the contact us page, and then select wherever you are and send them off a message, and they will get you plugged in. Yeah. Hope some of our CMA will be on a run with you guys. Man, we would love to hang out with CMA more than we do. We see them often out and about and stuff, but we would love to get plugged in. So, hey, if you're in a local area and you're in CMA and you want to get plugged in and work with other Christian motorcycle clubs and organizations, by all means, hit us up. We would love to build some Christian unity together, and hang out together. We're all here for the same mission, and that's to share Jesus Christ with people and have fun riding motorcycles while we're at it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we get to hang out with CMA quite a bit down here in Florida.
That is
we
true.
See those guys pretty often.
Yeah, I love those guys. Oh man, here's some people that are saying they wish they would have gotten to the summit. It just started their journey yesterday. Hey, Joseph, it's not too late, man. Take a little bit of time off work, hang out, or if you can't get off work, leave on Friday after work, man, and show up. It'd be awesome to see you there. People fly and ride from all over the place.
We've got a brother and a bro currently on the trip on their way to Summit from Vegas driving. So I think last I talked to him, they were somewhere around Oklahoma City this afternoon.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's so good. Well, guys, this is Disciple Life TV, and if you guys have questions, go ahead and just put them down there. Hit like and share. We are here to answer questions. We're here to interview, people, each other. We're here to see what's going on in the shop. And actually, I want to switch back to the shop here because I would like PJ, if you would, to go, and I want you to go and ask Dice a question. Let's hear from Dice a little bit. He's always good.
Yeah, boy.
Where'd he go?
Last segment, boss.
No way. He left?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, let's ask you a question. Well, then I guess you'll have to do. No.
Yeah.
Turn back around.
PJ, do
I
you
wanna
have a
see you,
shirt on
PJ.
under your rag, dude?
He does.
I do.
Okay.
Hey, so what's been your favorite
Like,
run?
I
Tell
hope
me
you're
about
there.
Tell me about your first run that you went on first off.
It's funny you. My first run was the Southeast Summit.
Is that right?
We're preparing for it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
That was I could see Disciple Golden Boy why you like that run. Because going through those twisties in those mountains is exhilarating. The scenery is beautiful. And the Brotherhood and meeting all the bros from other states and all coming into one spot and hanging out for the weekend. I had a blast. And I'm excited
Yeah.
now. I got an upgraded bike to keep up, so we're good to go.
Yeah. So check this out. So,
I remember
actually,
PJ.
hey, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jordan. Golden
One
Boy.
of the
What do you
funniest
got?
stories about Southeast Summit. Oh, jeez. One of the funny Southeast Summit last year was PJ. I was running tail gunner in the pack riding to Southeast Summit, and PJ did not take his feet off his highway pegs in those twists and turns the whole way. I'm like, PJ, you've got to downshift, bro. Quit hitting your front brakes. That's dangerous. Like, what are you doing? You're going to kill us.
Yeah.
He would not take his feet off those highway pegs.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is so there were quite a few stories about PJ in that run. So that was one of the stories. We have another one here, and I actually have photo evidence. So on our way back, we were almost back home, and we were about 30, 45 minutes away from all of our places. People have already broken off, and I look over and I see something that looks like it's dangling from his motorcycle. And so I send a program guy back there, and I'm like, hey, will you go check his bike? Because we've got helmets, right? And so we're able to talk back and forth. And so they go back and they look. And here's the picture that we have here of my wife on the back of my motorcycle holding his tailpipe, his slip-on. Actually, it wasn't just a slip-on; it was like the full exhaust because it broke off at the header. Yeah. And so she had to. We pulled over. We pulled that thing off. We limped it over to the local. What was that place? The little gas stop.
Gas stop.
The Okahumpka rest stop. That's right. And there we got a trailer, and we trailered his bike home. That poor little. Were you a prospect at the time, or just a hang around?
I'd only had my cookie.
He was a supporter.
Yeah.
And,
so he was a brand new supporter.
And I mentioned it to you before, but even that, like breaking down on the highway and having everybody stop and help out, not even knowing who I was, that was huge for me, right? Like that type of bond and that type of relationship building is what drove me to continue pursuing. Because that's like genuine. You could have left me on the side of the road and I'd have figured it out or had to figure it out, but everybody stuck out, made phone calls, got me trailered up, took me right to my house, right? Like, I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, I thought about leaving you behind. I was like, man, I think I'm about to invoke the leave a bro behind clause and get out of here.
After a long disciple weekend, man, the last thing you want to do 45 minutes from the house is stop.
Yeah.
Break down. We were already done with our last fuel stop. I was like, this is it. Just got to crank it home. And then a supporter that we love very much and we're happy is still. Hey, you got somebody else to hold your. Who'd you get to hold the camera? Oh, so go ahead and introduce yourself there.
I am Disciple Herman. I'm the VP of the Salty Few.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So, hey, since we have you here, this is amazing. So since we have you here, let's talk about the first time that you rode with us.
Of course, that has to be the. Yeah.
Yeah.
You what?
It was interesting. I don't think I can say exactly what I said, but first time that I rode with the pack, yeah, everybody took off, and I was in my 800 Suzuki, and yeah, when I was able to catch up with the pack on the next flight, I yelled something, holy, yeah, so.
and then we lost you getting onto the turnpike.
Then he was never to be seen again.
Right, and
the next day, I stuck around. Here I am.
That's funny.
Yeah,
hey, I don't know if I told you, Golden Boy, but you know that guy we went with the ride with last week. He's now ghosting everybody. He's not showing up anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where he is. We scared him.
We don't know.
Oh,
were you weren't around? Yeah, never mind. You were up there, so that's fun. All right, we're gonna switch back. We will switch back to the shop cam in a little bit. Thank you guys very much. All right, let's see if we can switch back here. Yeah, we got some good questions. So here's a question. Which one do you want to go with there, Golden Boy? Tell me which one.
The Erica Gilbert looks good.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so we're gonna pull this one up here, and we are going to. So the question is, no, that's not the right one. Hold on, hold the phone. So she's got, what is a testimony you both have experienced that really impacted you in your faith during becoming a disciple or being a disciple? You want to go first or you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right. So a testimony that I have experienced and impacted myself and my faith during being with disciple is actually, I think it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago at the summit, I had my family with me. And when I had my family with me, we were listening to some music and we were hanging out. There was a local band there. And we were having a really good time, actually. And I'm pulling up this picture here. And we were having a really good time. And my son came over and was sitting there listening to the music with me. And my son came over. And I'm going to flip to this picture here so you can see it. Because this is the moment that he looked over at me and he said, Dad, I want to go get baptized. Because Disciple Huck, one of our brothers, who is actually also a Baptist pastor, he talked about how after the music was going to go on that we were going to go over there, and if anybody had felt led to be baptized, that he would go and baptize them. And so my son came over to me and he said, Dad, I want to get baptized. And I said, well, that's not really for you unless, do you believe that Jesus Christ came down, lived a perfect life on this earth, and died a perfect life so that we don't have to? And he came down as the Son of God. And he's like, well, yeah. And I looked at my wife at that time and I said, I think he just accepted Christ into his life. And she's like, really? And so we got up, we went over to Huck, and I told Huck what was going on. And he said, well, is your son here? I said, yeah, he's here. He's like, well, can I talk to him? And I said, sure. So he sat down and he talked with him for probably about 5-10 minutes. And he came back over to me and he said, man, I would have absolutely no problem baptizing your son. I fully believe that he believes in Jesus Christ and that he believes that he's his Lord and Savior. And I would have no problem baptizing your son. And so my son found Jesus Christ and made his profession of faith at a disciple event. And so Southeast Summit has always kind of been special to me. It's a testimony because I don't know. Would my son have come to know Jesus? Probably, because we talk about God a lot in my house. But would he have done it that day? Probably not. And so it was just an amazing time to spend with my family. My wife was there. My daughter was there. My son was there. And we cried a lot together, and it was a great time. So, yeah. So what about you? What about you, Golden Boy? What is a testimony that you have experienced that really impacted you and your faith during being a disciple?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a great time. I got to be a part of both of your kids' baptisms, so super blessed to be here and be a part of that. Really, the most impactful one, you know, I even contemplated not sharing it tonight, but I'm going to anyway. As a baptism as well, and I got to 2 years ago at our Thunder Beach rally, got to baptize my dad and his wife in the swimming pool at our disciple event. And as you know, he's a former 1%er. At the time, he was a current 1%er, and that really changed my life drastically. Being able to be a light and example to him and be able to mentor him and be a part of that day was very amazing. He's still walking with the Lord today and serving the Lord to the best of his ability, man. And that's going to forever change our family's lives,
Yeah.
But,
yeah, for sure.
That's pretty much it.
No, man, that was a great day. I remember that night, and it was an awesome time. Love your father. I love your dad. And, nothing but the best for him. Yeah. So, hey, I've got a couple things here that I want to talk about real quick. So we've got some people here saying, man, I'm excited to meet everybody on Friday, that this is going to be my first summit. Dude, I am as well. But we have to remember that not only are things happening in the Southeast, but they're happening all across the globe, because Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club is an international club. And while we're talking about just the run down in the Southeast area, that doesn't mean that's the only thing going on this weekend. And so, man, if you are in another area and you are interested in hooking up, riding motorcycles, talking about Jesus Christ, and having a freaking amazing time in a brotherhood like no other, then I would encourage you to find Disciple in your area and join a brotherhood like I have found that I love, and I am so happy that myself and my family is part of. There's another one here that is coming.
Be a special event.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, James Dobretz is saying this is going to be our first Southeast Summit as well. We got people coming. It is going to be a great event. I've seen that the venue is amazing. There's another question here that from a Joseph Tidwell. Hey, man, I see your question, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it. You're saying that you don't have a support cookie yet. You assume that the summit was invite only because I haven't gotten to meet anyone yet, only phone calls. My best friend is about 2 months further in his journey. Dude, our events like this are open. So if you are interested in coming and you're interested in coming and hanging out at our run at the Southeast Summit, then go ahead and get the information with the people that you've talked to. We'll tell you where we are. And man, we would love to see you there and hang out, and you will have an amazing time. Have you heard anything else about the venue that I haven't heard? You said it was going to be a great time there, Golden Boy.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to be the one preaching Saturday night, so that's going to be
Is
interesting.
that right? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, man.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
a great preacher. I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited.
You don't know that.
Dude, I'm excited to hear you. I've heard
When
some
have
of
you
the
heard
stuff
me
that you do.
preach?
I heard you talk a lot, so, there's that. You're very good at talking.
Not as much as you, baby.
There you go, man. So we've got I'll be riding 14 hours to get there on Friday. Dude, epic. We will see you there. I'm leaving my house actually at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so I should be up there probably a little bit right before you get there, probably, depending on when you're leaving. We've got guys, get this, Golden Boy. So we've got guys from Nevada that are actually coming over here to Florida first. And then we're going up together to
They're
Georgia.
not coming there. I just talked about this.
Okay. They're not coming here? I didn't hear you say that.
No, they're not coming there.
Okay,
You said
whatever.
they told you,
No.
and you
Well,
gave it a sad face.
They told us that they were taking some more time, but that doesn't mean that they weren't coming. Anyways, whatever. We have
Okay,
brothers all
we'll
over the
address that
place.
later.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we understand. Do we have any other questions here from the crowd? Guys, if you have questions, then go ahead. We're just kind of like winging this, hanging out, having a good time. We will be, like I said in the beginning, we're going to be moving Disciple Live TV till Wednesdays, mostly because we have the shop available and we have people there in the shop that can answer some questions and we can talk to and we can get to know a couple more people. So, PJ, you got anything else for us over there?
That was on a trip just recently that walked outside. We can go chase him down.
Yeah, let's go get him, man. And let's ask him some. Oh, yeah, Uno. He's been a lot of places.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's hiding, boss. He's hiding.
He's
Look
hiding.
at him run. Boss. He's running.
He's a little older. He doesn't move that fast. You should be able to catch
Yeah,
him.
we got him. We
Oh,
found
okay.
him. Watching live. Oh, he was watching. He didn't
Hi,
know.
Uno.
So, Disciple Uno, what you been up to, bro? Where you been? You've been traveling the globe, I heard.
I have. I've been traveling through Philippines and Thailand for a month and a half. And then I was able to come back for about 5 days and catch up with our brothers, Disciple Sparkplug and Disciple King, and back over to Europe. We had an awesome time. We did a couple of lives there from Europe. Had a great out there. UK, Sicily, Romania, Netherlands. It was an awesome time. Brothers around the world that are hungry for what we're doing to support them.
Sounds like God's moving all over, huh?
Oh yeah, God is moving.
That's awesome.
God is-
Amen to that.
That's great. That's great.
That's it. Are you going with us to the summit, right?
Yes, I am. I'm going to be riding up Friday morning with you guys to the Southeast as well.
Fantastic. Bigger the pack, the better, boss.
Right on. Well, we're going to switch back, PJ. Hey, we appreciate all the camera work today, and you're going to be our permanent camera person. So appreciate it.
Honored to do it. Thank you, boss.
All right, man. You got it. Hang up now so we don't hear all your background noise. All right.
That'd be great.
So anyways, it's just back to you and I, Golden Boy. We're going to go ahead and start shutting this down, and we will be back pretty much every Wednesday. I'm planning on being back next Wednesday, right? We don't have anything going on. Unless we're out of town, we will be here on Wednesdays, 10 o'clock. Come with your questions. We will do our best to answer questions. We'll hang out with you guys. And, man, it's going to be an awesome time. But as you see, Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club is moving all around the world. And we are looking to continue to share this brotherhood with everybody that it wants to be a part of us. And there are some stipulations that we will go through with you if you are interested in pursuing membership in Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. But we are a global international club, Christian motorcycle club, and we are out there spreading the word of Jesus Christ while riding motorcycles and just having an awesome time and building some brotherhood. So you got anything else for us there, Golden Boy, before we sign off?
No, I think I'm good. It was great.
Yeah. Was a great night. I appreciate you, as always, being available. I know you're over there in the Panhandle, almost to like the Alabama area, and we appreciate you, and I love you, and I appreciate all the work that you put in for this club. Thanks a bunch,
Love you
and
too,
we'll
brother.
see you guys. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. See ya.